Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. I'm Sonia Ogbede, and if you're my returning subscribers, thanks very much for coming back. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend because I am having a great one myself. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to stretch your extension the right way without having to lose a large amount of extension after stretching it. So I know a lot of you are in this position because I myself, I have been there before. When I finish stretching my extension, I end up losing almost quarter of the extension because oh my god, I don't want to talk about that, but I end up losing and it's kind of so devastating. So instead of me using like two extension, I end up using two and a half because of the large amount of extension that I have lost. So if you want to be stretching your extension the right way and you don't want to lose too much, so I advise or I recommend you watch this video to the end because I know you don't want that. So let's pop into the video right away because I don't want to talk too much. Now I've already cut my extension. I cut it into four. This should be based on your own preference, like the amount of the amount or the length that you desire to your extension to be. That is how you are going to cut it. Now that I've finished cutting into four, this is the whole extension. That is one pack. All you have to do after cutting, do not go ahead to start stretching or pulling the extension when you still have the whole pack in your hand. This one, number one, will mess your extension up because you'll not be able to have full control over everything. Now you have to separate the extension into two or into three, depends on how much your hand can carry. After which you begin to pull the tip. Do not pull too much. Do not pull too much. That is, do not pull too much, that like pulling too long, because it will detangle, it will make the ends too tangled and you able to and this will cause you too much loss of hair. So do not pull too much. That is one of the secret. If you pull too much, you can see the ends that are tangling or pulling upwards. As you are pulling that, the tip, it will get too detangled. So pull at an average, do not pull too much. So that is number one tip. So I will continue to pull the ends. So if you are following this tutorial or you are pulling your own extension, you follow me and begin to pull your own as I'm pulling. Now after pulling, I'm going to go ahead to use my finger to detangle the ends. This, you see the ends that are pulling upwards, they are tangling as they are pulling upwards. So I'm still going to just add more extension. I mean pull more extension before I detangle. Please follow this step correctly because it will help you to save more extensions. I know you don't want to lose more, you don't want to lose your extension or lose too much extension that you want to use to make your hair. So now that I'm satisfied with the amount that I have pulled, I'm going to use my finger to detangle the ends of the extension that I have already pulled. If you notice, I haven't pulled everything because I still want to have control over the ones that I have pulled, because if I pull everything at the same time, I might not be able to have control over all of them. So now that I have finished stretching the ends, I'll just go ahead and continue pulling my extension. There is something you should know. I know some of you will be thinking, oh, I've already learned how to stretch it now, so let me up out of this video. You don't want to make that mistake, because combing the extension is another way, or is another problem again, because if you don't comb the extension right after pulling the ends, even after you have followed the steps, that I have taught you on how to pull, if you don't comb properly or the right way, those steps that you followed in the beginning on how to stretch it will be a total waste, because at the end, the combing is the end result, or is going to give you the end result of all the process, because that is the last process when you are stretching or pulling your extension. So I'll advise you watch, or you continue watching this video to the end, to show you how I am going to comb this extension that I have pulled, and also show you the tiny amount of extension that I lost in the end. The end product is what really matters, guys. It is what really matters. It doesn't really matter how you pull it in the beginning. If you don't comb well, you are still going to lose too much extension. So first, because your hand, you can see that I'm detangling it with my hand. Yes, I detangle with my hand to make sure all the ones that we're pulling upwards are fully detangled first before I'll go ahead and comb. That doesn't mean that because I have used my hand to detangle it, that the problem I've solved. No, because they have not fully detangled in the right way. It is only when you comb that your extension will be fully detangled. I'm still detangling with my fingers till I know that I am satisfied, because if I don't also detangle well, like if I leave the ends like that, so tangled, and I begin to comb, I'm still going to lose a lot of hair as well. So each process are very important in this in stretching your extension. Sorry, every process of it are very, very important. Now I have finished stretching or detangling it with my hand. This is the full extension. I'm going to go ahead now and comb the hair. I'm going to go ahead and comb the hair with a wide toothed comb. That is what you need. You need a wide toothed comb. If you use a small comb, it's going to mess your extension up, and you are going to lose a lot of extension. So follow these steps now. So to comb your extension, you have to start from the ends. Start combing from the ends, because if you don't detangle the end first, and you just walk your way through, if you just walk your way upwards just like that, you are going to have obstacle, or you are going to see that the the up is, it will be very, very, it will be stuck. You will be stuck, combing it, if you don't comb or you don't detangle the end first. So detangle, make sure you detangle the end first. As you can see, I have detangled the end first before I go upwards, or before I begin to comb upwards. You can see, just look at my comb. You can see I just have a tiny bit of extension in my comb because I made sure. Can you see? You can see that I went upwards because I haven't detangled the center. I tried to put my comb upwards. You can see it was stuck. You can see the way now that the comb is just going, you know, easily. It's going easily because I am detangling it the right way. You can see now, you can see that place now that I just went to comb because the center, or the center, is not fully detangled. That is why I couldn't put my comb there to detangle it from that place. Just watch me and see what I'm doing. Make sure I just do it step by step. From the tip, you begin to walk your way through step by step, little by little, and then you will see that the extension, or yes, your extension and your comb will not have so much to take from your extension. When you comb well, your comb will not have so much to pick. You just look at my comb. You can see the tiny amount of extension that I am having, or that the comb is picking out. Is not picking out too much of my extension because I am doing it the right way. So when I'm finished or I'm done, I'm going to show you the end, or I'm going to show you the amount of extension that I lost. Just look at this comb now. Can you see? You can see that it's having just a little extension on it. Even the ones that I have combed before, or the beginning of my combing, you see the amount of extension that I had on the comb. So after combing everything, I will show you what I lost from the whole extension. Now guys, I've finished combing the extension, and this is the full pack of extension. Now you can see the tiny amount of hair that I lost. So follow this process the right way and give me a feedback of how it went. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you have learned something. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and also subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.